How to join the Elite Part 16. And in this episode, I want to talk about something that will probably be intriguing, especially for you young kids out there. And that is how self improvement is much better than tricking. Now, first of all, I want to give a shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson and the Negro Manosphere on having me on his live streams for 2 straight days. Unfortunately, they are no longer on this website due to YouTube being the draconian, authoritarian website it is. And yeah, it'll go to his videos. He'll explain more. But the first day, it was about how Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, if he can be pro-black and make pro-black songs like "This Is America" while dating a non-black person and having biracial kids, that was a good debate. The second night was about how advantageous it is speaking and talking white as a black guy, which me and Donovan Sharp, the other guy, shout out to him too, that I get compared to a lot. And no, I'm not his little brother, so for all of you who want to make jokes like that, I will roast you. Um, but anyway, that was a good stream, and everyone was on there who I was on there with for the past 2 days. Shout out to you guys as well. But I wanted to take O'Shea's quote on how he likes to talk about going into a club and started tricking. Instantly started tricking. Now, a lot of times he says this in jest. He just fucks around and whatever. But for the most part, we have to look into this quote. We just have to. Because this is, even though he's joking, this is the mentality of most men, regardless of race. Whether it's a nightclub or a bar, or even in some cases house parties where drinks are free. You're going into an establishment and instantly starting to spend your money on women who, quite frankly, don't want to deal with you anyway outside of buying them free crap, mainly drinks. Because, let's be honest, most of the time, a lot of these girls either have boyfriends or have guys that they already are getting DOD from. And if you want to know what DOD is, that's duck on deck. I'll just say that, duck on deck. Or yeah, you guys can fill in the blank. Anyway, how to join the Elite Part 16. How self improvement is better than tricking. Now, self improvement, if you've been on this website long enough, especially if you've been in the manosphere, you've probably ran into a couple of self help videos, self improvement videos, and in some cases, self improvement channels, where they will teach you how to improve yourself physically, mentally, some cases spiritually, and financially. And we can go down the list on ways to do so if you don't know, like going to the gym, going to school, getting into the trades, going back to school. That's if you're going for a useful degree, not any liberal arts crap. Or in some cases, just becoming more cultured, like traveling, exposing yourself to the way other people live, whether it's within your country or throughout the world. Reading books, or at the very least, listening to books and podcasts via Audible or downloading YouTube videos. I myself, personally, and the way I'm able to listen to a lot of YouTube videos is by downloading them using an app called YouTube Downloader Dentex. Dentex. So if you want to Google YouTube Downloader Dentex, I don't think you can find it on any of the app stores for obvious reasons, because YouTube Red wants you to download their videos by paying them so you can listen to them offline. But there are much easier ways of doing so, without having to pay YouTube whatever 99 per month, the same YouTube that is flagging down your videos because you don't speak what they want you to speak or how they want you to speak, which I mean we won't get into that, but improving yourself, self improvement. Now I'm gonna give you some real life examples on how self improvement beats tricking any day of the week. Now, say for instance you're going to a nightclub on a Friday or Saturday night, any given Friday or Saturday night. You're waiting 30 minutes to an hour just to get in. And not just to get in, to pay to get in. So you're waiting in a line to pay. I have a problem with that when it comes to dealing with going out to eat. I'm not standing in a line just to pay. Either you choose one or the other. If I'm standing in line, it's going to be something for free. If you want me to pay, there better be no more than two individuals in front of me. They better know what they want. But as far as nightclubs, you pay to get in, $5 to $20. Then you're paying at the very least 15 to at least $15 and upwards of usually $50 for some drinks, and that's for yourself. And then all of a sudden, you want to impress someone. You want to get the attention of some chicks, or you want to be the life of the party, and then you want to buy rounds for everyone to make yourself look like the cool guy, the do bro, the guy who has all the swag. And lo and behold, before the end of the night, you're spending upwards of $300, and you don't even have a seat at the VIP table. But you know what else you don't have? Someone to take home with you, or to go to her place. Yes, you have blue balls. And looking at that $300 tab, that charge in your bank account, or that empty wallet of yours, yeah, you may feel some sort of way at the end of the night because you're turned up. But you're going to feel it next morning. And I'm not just talking about the hangover either. You compare that to going to the gym, which in many cases it costs you between 20 and $40 per month for a membership. That right there is like 1/5 to 1/6 of what you'll be paying at a nightclub for one night. A lot of gyms these days are open late, especially if you go to a 24-hour base gym. I know 24 Fitness is a national chain, and it's pretty good, mainly because a lot of them are open 24 hours. So instead of tricking all that money at a nightclub or even a bar, which you know what I say about nightclubs. If you don't, go back to my video, why nightclubs are female casinos, or as I call it in reality, why nightclubs are pussy casinos. Look at that. Now I don't know why that video is not blowing up. That should be one of my most watched videos out there. Not just because I think it's one of my best videos, but it's because it's a very informative video which would help a lot of you men watching out here, especially you guys who have taken the time to watch videos like how to join the elite. But, and I may put that in the description, put the link in the description, I may do that. But, instead of wasting $300 getting a hangover, oh yeah, and by the way, gaining a crap load of calories because beer, just a 16-ounce bottle of beer, just a pint or a stein, especially a stein, a beer itself, you're gaining hundreds of calories for almost nothing in return. A lot of beer tastes gross, in my opinion. I think it's one of the most overrated things you can drink. I mean, I'll drink it with friends or whatever, but to be honest, if I'm not hanging out with people, I do not drink. And that's one of the main reasons. But instead of wasting your time, wasting your money, and gaining a belly, a dad bod, go to the gym on a Friday or Saturday night. Spend an hour or two in there. You won't have to deal with a lot of people, if anyone at all. Those are some of the best times to go. And alongside that, you won't have to worry about gaining any calories. And in many cases, you'll lose calories and you'll gain muscle. Yeah, and it might sound boring at the end of the night after you come home from the gym and drive through those nightclubs and bars where everybody looks like they're having fun. But in the long run, you're gonna win. And you know why you're gonna win? It's because you will be the one who will be able to attract women by just your aura, by just your presence alone, without the need of spending money and giving attention to women who have no interest in you anyway. Instead of dealing with these attention whores, these nightclubs, and these women who intentionally leave their um, credit cards and change back home because they know one of you suckers is going to pay for it, you're the one who's going to have the beach bod or the Olympic bod. Okay, maybe not the Olympic bod, but your bod's gonna be in a much better shape than the average American with a flabby chest, flabby stomach, and um, sticks for arms and legs. No muscle whatsoever. Having the hipster look or having um, the neck beard look. Look, the average American is not that strong. Now, if you go to the gym, it seems like everybody's ripped. But that's why I suggest you go to the gym, especially on Fridays and Saturday nights. I'm not saying those are the only times you go, but those are the two times that no one takes advantage of, and I'm quite frankly surprised that people are being duped and to going into these nightclubs and lounges and bars that turn into nightclubs. Just for what? For what? Even if you get something, one, it's probably not going to last too long outside of that one night. Two, you're probably going to end up not standing her. And three, I mean, if, yeah, do you really want to say that you met your wife? Or do you want your kids to, you want to tell your kids that you met their mother in a nightclub? Do you really want that? Do you really want that for your legacy? Go to the gym instead of going to nightclubs. Also, how this is advantageous to self improve. Obviously, getting more money. If you get more money by studying on Friday and Saturday nights, and if you do it right, you get your degrees, your certifications, or whatever discipline you want, whatever skill you want, in order to work a job that pays you more and a job that you actually like doing, or better yet, your own business, striving to do that, then trust me, alongside the fact that you'll have more money to spend on yourself, women are going to be intrigued. So, two things. One, if you want the people to know that you have money, yeah, that may work. But ultimately, if you're gonna spend on expensive clothes and watches and cars, don't do it for women. Yeah, they can be a byproduct, but do it for yourself ultimately. Alongside that, as far as having something to do, particularly going back to school, having your own business, like Alpha Male Strategies said in one of his Patreon videos, I hope he doesn't mind telling me a bit of this. If you want to fuck these hoes to sleep, one of the biggest aphrodisiacs is a man with ambition, a man on his purpose. That alone will turn on a lot of women, many of the kind of women that you want to keep, compared to these nightclub floozies who at best are here today and gone tomorrow. And yeah, you got people who say, "Well, I just pay for Pussy Direct. I don't, I buy them so they can go away." Okay, well that's fine. Yeah, you're ahead of the game compared to the sheeps and Dubros and mediocre Negroes who go to nightclubs every Friday or Saturday night. Yeah, you're ahead of them, but by how much? You're still paying hundreds of dollars per month to have a woman come up to you and to have sex with you compared to um, paying that same amount over a span of several months, going to whatever gym or studying whatever class or taking whatever exams and you need for whatever certifications or degrees, or investing that into businesses, your own business in particularly, and having women come up to you, having women solicit you, having women woo you back to their place or woo you back to your place, whatever. You get my point. The focus is this: self improvement makes women more intrigued. It makes women approach you. It makes you do less of the work in the long run on the back end. Yes, there is more work and more sacrifice when it comes to self improvement. And many times it's boring as hell. I will tell you this. That's why I highly advocate that if you're going to go to the gym, especially on a Friday or Saturday night, um, get some Audible, get an Audible account, or better yet, if you want to listen to YouTube videos, especially those that help you self improve, my recommendation is to get YouTube downloader Dentex. That's DENTEX. That's Delta Eat North Tom Eat X-Ray. YouTube downloader Dentex. Look it up. Download the APK for that file. And what that does is once you download a YouTube video via the share button, you'll see that as one of the apps. You click on that app and then you can download the video either as an MP4 format if you want to watch a video, or if you want to listen to it in MP3 format. I found that to be the best thing, one of the best apps ever. And obviously, since it's such a useful app, a genuine useful app, and you can bypass the YouTube Red crap that they make you pay something 99 per month while they're flagging down your videos. They want you to pay them for downloading and doing the same thing. Obviously, you aren't going to find it on the App Store, so you're just going to have to Google it and go to a third-party website and just trust it. So that's YouTube Downloader Dentex. But as far as other things, being cultured, for instance, traveling, for instance, and I'm not saying just traveling to get women, traveling to learn things, going to museums, all this other kind of stuff. When you're dealing with women, a lot of women are turned on by that. A lot of women, especially in non-metropolitan areas, are intrigued by that. Because the average everyday guy that they meet usually consists of the guy who has gone nowhere, who is all about his state and what's going on around the way, and who's whatever gossip's happening on his block, on his zip code, or at best his city or his the state that he's in, and all that you can get out of him is basically what team is kicking ass, or how his team is sucking ass, and oh, but it's gonna be better next year, man. Yeah, our team went, our team, they know they went 2-10, or 3-13 if they're a professional team. But this season, during the off season, we're gonna get all these trades. We're gonna get the off season acquisition, and we're gonna draft these guys, and the coaching change up's gonna be better. And I know he sucked the past 5 years, but he's gonna do it this year. We are going to have a winning record this year. We're gonna go all the way. That's the average mind of the dude who has never left his zip code. And that's the dude who's working. Don't only start on the guys who aren't working, who are sitting around the corner stores or sitting around the trailer parks. That is your average guy in America. So if you just have the knowledge or the experience traveling across the country, you're way ahead than most of the people around you, believe it or not. And don't get me started on those who've traveled around the world. They have plenty of experiences to share. So, in the long run, you are saving money. It seems like you're not, well, actually, in many cases, you are on the front end. You're saving money on the front end by default anyway. But, along with saving money, in the long run, you'll be able to attract more women. You'll be able to deal with less rejections. And the rejections you do deal with will be less harsh. Because people know what you bring to the table or what you have. And alongside that, you not kissing their ass, they're going to have a modicum of respect for that. So, for all you guys out there who are hungover this Sunday, or who are watching this video and thinking about partying and going to the club, bypass all that. Improve on yourself. Be on your purpose, as Alpha Male Strategy says. And for everyone else out there, always bet on X.